A very good morning to my dear children, and I am glad to welcome you all to my second biology class, and this will be your first zoology class. So what is zoology? Zoology is study about animals, right? We have learnt already. Zoology is study about animals. So in today's class I will teach you chapter 4, that is digestive system. What is the title of the lesson? Digestive system. What is digestion? You must have heard this word right from your childhood, right? So what is digestion? The food you eat is digested, right? So what helps in digestion? There are a group of parts in your body or a group of organs together called as digestive system. So digestive system is not one single organ in your body, it is a collection or a group of parts of your body. So all these parts together will help you in the digestion of the food. So this lesson is all about that digestive system. So before learning about the digestive system, you should know certain terms, okay, certain words. The first word is called as nutrients. What are nutrients? Nutrients are food. Nutrients are food with substances. When you eat a food, that food should contain certain substances. What substances? The substances which will help in growth. What is growth? Growth means you will increase in height and also increase in weight. That is what is called as growth, right? When I say that you grow, what will happen to you? You will become tall as well as you will gain weight. That is called growth. So nutrients are the food what you eat, and that food should have substances which will help you to grow. And second one, that food with substances which will help you to develop. What is this development? Growth is different and development is different. Okay, so how if you grow? I told you growth is increase in height and increase in weight or the mass of your body. But development is not the physical growth, which means, say for example, I tell you that your brain develops as you grow old. A child who is 1 year old will have poor brain development, right? It cannot think more, or it is not fully developed. When you grow up after your age 5 or 6, your brain is somewhat fully developed, right? What is this development? It does not mean that your brain is growing bigger and bigger in size. It's not growing as your hands and legs grow. The brain is not becoming bigger and bigger as you grow old, but it develops, which means it gets proper maturity at the level of thinking and its functions. Okay, so the functions of the brain develop, but the weight of the brain do not increase. That is called development. But when you talk about growth, it means the weight increases or the size increases. When I call it as development, it means the function is developing, the function improves. Say for example, a small baby cannot walk properly, right? It has legs but it cannot walk properly, or the organs will not all the organs, many, say for example, the walking ability will all develop as you grow old. The thinking ability will develop as you grow old. For all these development also, the food substances are helpful. Which food substances? The substances called as nutrients. So if some food has certain substances which will help you to grow, which will help you to develop, and also which nourishes your body. What is this nourishment? Nourishment means it will make your body or keep your body healthy. Okay, so these are all called as nutrients. A nutrient should have a substance which will make you grow, which will make you develop, and which will keep you healthy. Only these substances, if a food has, that food is called to be nutritious. Otherwise you cannot call the food as nutritious food, or you cannot term it as nutrients. So what did I tell you? Nutrients are, the definition is, nutrients are food with substances, the food with substances which helps in growth, development and nourishment of your body is called as nutrients. So there are many types of nutrients. How there are many types? On what basis are they classifying the nutrients? They classify nutrients based on their function. What function? Each nutrient will have unique function. We'll learn about that. Okay. So the nutrients are of 5 types in your body. They are called carbohydrates, proteins, fats, vitamins and minerals. So all these substances which will help you grow, develop and nourish your body can be categorized into 5. Okay. They are categorized or classified into 5 types called carbohydrates, proteins, fats, vitamins and minerals. Why they are put into 5 groups? Because all these 5 help your body in different ways. They all don't have the same function, they have different functions. That's why they are all classified into separate groups. The first nutrient is carbohydrate, and the function of carbohydrate is it provides energy. Say for example, rice is a carbohydrate. Rice, when you eat rice, how you feel? You feel so energetic after lunch, right? By 12 or 12:30 you become so dull because your energy is all lost after a tiring morning. So afternoon when you eat, you gain energy, you become active because of energy. So carbohydrates are nutrients that will give you energy. Clear? So what is the function of carbohydrates? Carbohydrates are nutrients that will give you energy. What about proteins? What protein does? Protein helps in body growth or body building. What is the role of protein? They help you to grow well. This carbohydrates will not help you grow. What it will do? It will just give you energy. It will just keep you active. Whereas proteins, what they do? They help you to build your body. How you grow? Because of the proteins. And if you see bodybuilders all, there are men who build their body, right? So what they do? They eat lot of chicken. Have you heard? If you know somebody who is building their body, they will do this. They eat so much of chicken because chicken is highly proteinaceous, right? It will have so much of protein. So those people who are building their body will avoid rice or carbohydrates and take in more protein, because when you eat more protein, your body will be built. Okay, that is in excess. But even though if we are not bodybuilders also, we need protein for 2 reasons. One, I told you, apart from if you take too much, your body will be built so much, but when you take in the right level, you will grow in the right level. So proteins are need for your regular growth, as well as it repairs tissues. What does this mean? Suppose if you get a injury, you fall down and get hurt. So what will happen? It has to be, after some days, you're getting healed, right? If you have a wound or something, after some days automatically it will be repaired. Those damaged tissues will become normal, and your wound, you'll just see a scar, but the wound is healed, right? It is called as tissue repair. Your body will automatically repair the damaged parts of your body. For that, which is helping? Proteins are helping. So proteins have 2 functions. One is they will build the body. Number 2, they will repair the tissues. So what we have seen? Carbohydrates give you energy. Proteins build the body as well as they repair the tissues. The third function is fats. Fats also give you energy. Fats also give you energy, but you have to take fats in the right level. Fats are all like the junk food, whatever you eat, no, the fried food or fried chicken or fried french fries, all they have so much of fat, right? So of course it gives you energy, but so much when it is accumulated, extra weight is gained, or obesity. Obesity means abnormal weight increase, right? So too much of fat will lead to obesity, but when you take in the right amount, of course fat also gives you energy. It has the same function as that of carbohydrates, but the only thing is you mustn't take so much of fat, because it will lead to, it will become junk, or it will lead to obesity. Okay, so carbohydrates and fats give you energy, proteins build your body and repairs the tissues, and these two, vitamins and minerals, have a very good function, that is it protects you from diseases. Okay, so what is the function of vitamins and minerals? So you need to take so much of vitamins and minerals, especially in these days, so that you develop immunity. It protects your body from diseases. It gives you so much of immunity so that you don't get diseases. Okay, so what happens if you don't eat this properly, vitamins and minerals? If you don't take in your body, you will get deficiency diseases. Lack of vitamins and minerals will lead to deficiency diseases. Okay, about these deficiency diseases you will learn in your higher grades. Okay, so just know that if you don't take in vitamins and minerals, it will lead to some disease. Okay, so these are the 5 types of nutrients. Carbohydrates and fats give you energy, proteins build your body and repair the tissues, and vitamins and minerals protects your body from diseases. So for a healthy human, all these nutrients are essential to stay healthy. Okay, so there is one more term called as nutrition. So what we learnt already, a word called as nutrients, right? This is a process. What are nutrients? Nutrients are substances, food substances we have studied, but nutrition is a term used to refer a process to obtain. So the definition for nutrition is a process to obtain food. What is nutrition? A process to obtain food. For what all you need to obtain food? Again, to grow, to repair your body. So nutrition is the process to obtain food, for growth, to repair your body and to obtain energy. So when you take food, that food should help you grow, should help you repair your body, and should give you energy, strength also it should give. So that process, this definition you are expected to memorize. Okay, so nutrients are substances and nutrition is a process. The process when you obtain food, for all these reasons. What reasons? You have to grow, you have to your body should get repaired when you are injured, and also to obtain energy. So these words, growth, repair of body, obtain energy, these are key words, just keep in mind. The process to grow, repair the body and to obtain energy is called as nutrition. So now we will study the exact digestive system, that is what are all the parts in your digestive system that helps you in the digestion of food. Till now we have studied only about the terms called as nutrients and nutrition, right? So this is the exact explanation of the digestive system. First of all, digestive system has another name, and that name is called as alimentary canal. So what is alimentary canal? It is another name for digestive system. Okay, so now we will see what are all the parts present in the digestive system or alimentary canal. So the first part is mouth. Have you imagined that mouth also belongs to digestive system? What you imagine usually is something in your stomach, this digestion is happening, right? But it is not true, because digestion starts from your mouth. How it starts? What you do in your mouth? When you eat the food, you break the food into smaller pieces. How you break? You chew the food, right? So when you chew the food, it is broken down into smaller pieces, and there itself the first part of digestion begins. Okay, so in a digestive system, the first part is the mouth, the second part is the pharynx. So in the entire lesson, all these parts will be explained in detail. Clear? So now you just know where is the mouth, where is the pharynx, all you know from this diagram, and then we learn what are all the functions and where it is located in detail. So you can, where can you see pharynx? Just next to the mouth, the tube, there is a tube, right? So this tube, when it initiates, the initial portion of the tube is called pharynx. I'll explain about it later. So then this tube again extends further and it is called as esophagus. There is supposed to be a O before E. Okay, O is silent. So esophagus. So mouth, just after the mouth, the tube starts with a name called as pharynx. Pharynx extends, that is the tube extends longer till the stomach. So this is the stomach. So from the pharynx till the stomach, there is a long tube, no? That long tube is called as esophagus. So after the esophagus, you have stomach. This bag or sac-like structure is called as stomach. Then you have small intestine. There are two coiled structures, right? There are two tubes which are coiled and kept inside. So the larger tube is called large intestine, and the smaller tubes which is seen inside is called small intestine. Can you see the outer ones? The outer ones are larger in size and it is called large intestine, and the inner ones are smaller in size and they are called as small intestine. So finally, the large intestine will lead to an outward opening. Outward opening is the way after digestion our waste materials are passed out. The hole through which the waste materials are passed out is called the anus. Okay, and just above the anus you have rectum. Rectum is between the large intestine and the anus. Can you imagine? So the hole through which the waste material pass is called anus, and rectum is the region between the large intestine and the anus. So all these parts and words should be familiar to you and it should be registered in your mind. Okay, so if I give you a picture of human digestive system, you should know to label all the parts. So where does it start? From mouth, then pharynx, then the long tube is esophagus. The bag like structure here, see the triangle like structure is liver, that is not stomach. Here you have one more bag like structure, no? That is called as, that pink color region is called as stomach. Then there are two highly coiled regions. The bigger tube like structure and the outermost portion is called the large intestine, and the innermost coiled tube is called as small intestine. And then there is an opening in the body through which all the waste material is passed out, and that opening is called anus. And rectum is the portion between the large intestine and the anus is called as rectum. So this is all about the parts of the digestive system. So now we learn in detail about each part. Okay, so where does our digestion start? From the mouth, right? So we learn about the mouth. So the mouth is technically called as oral cavity. So generally when we talk, we call this as mouth, right? So the scientific name or technical term for mouth is oral cavity. This mouth has three parts. Okay, what all you have inside the mouth? You have teeth, right? You have teeth. What other things you have? You have tongue, and also there are salivary glands. What are these salivary glands? Salivary glands are the glands which will secrete saliva. So all these are known to you, right? What all you have inside mouth or oral cavity? That is, you have teeth, you have tongue, and also you have salivary glands. So all these parts help in digestion. So we learn how these parts help in digestion. So this mouth has all these three parts. Okay. So what are the functions of the oral cavity? There are two functions. Okay. So the first function of mouth or oral cavity is ingestion. Ingestion means taking in the food. You take in the food through mouth, right? Not through the head. You take in through the mouth, so that way it helps in the digestive system. If there is no mouth, you cannot take inside. You must have seen patients in hospitals, no, what if there is some injury in the mouth, all what they do, they connect a tube and supply food, right? So it is so difficult if there is no mouth, or if your mouth has a wound or something, it is so difficult, right? So the first part of digestion begins with your mouth. You take in the food. The eating process is technically called as ingestion. The taking in of food is called as ingestion. So generally you call as mouth, but the technical term is oral cavity. Generally you call it as eating, but the technical term is ingestion. So now you are all learning biology in your school, so you must be familiar with all these terms. Okay. So the next step I told you, the next function is digestion. How it digests, I told you already. In digestion, it chews the food. You eat a larger particle of food. The first step of digestion begins in mouth, because mouth is the one, or teeth is the one which will cut the bigger particles into smaller particles. So digestion process itself means breaking up of larger food material into smaller particles. Okay. So the first step of breaking starts in the mouth. So that's why the function of mouth is given as digestion. So one, ingestion, that is taking in food. Number two, the function is digestion. It will cut the bigger food particles into smaller particles. Then we learn about teeth. Okay. So teeth, see why I have written 32 teeth in a adult, that is a fully grown up man or woman. There is supposed to be 32 teeth. So how many teeth the adult should have? 32 teeth. So how we learn? These teeth what you have in your mouth are of 4 types. Okay, the teeth in your mouth are of 4 types. What are those 4 types? Incisors, canine, premolar and molar. So if you have 4 incisors in your upper jaw, it means there are 4 incisors in the lower jaw also. Whatever arrangement you have in the upper jaw, the same arrangement you will have in the lower jaw also. See, the first 4 teeth in the middle, 2 and 2. Okay, the first 4 teeth in the front is called as incisors. See, there are 4 incisors. So in the upper jaw you will have 4 incisors, and in the lower jaw also there will be similar arrangement. Whatever you, what did I tell? Whatever you have upside, that is in the upper jaw, in the lower side also you will have the same pattern. So if you have 3 incisors in the 4 incisors in the upper jaw, your lower jaw will also have 4 incisors. So these numbers represent only in one jaw. Okay, so 4 incisors in upper jaw plus 4 incisors in lower jaw. So these 4, see, 1, 2, 3 and 4, they are called as incisors. Then the next one is called canine. Where are the canines? The canines are next to the incisors, one on each side of the incisors. Here here one canine, and the next side one canine. So there are 2 canines in each jaw. So what did we learn? The first front 4 teeth are called as incisors. So front, upper 4 and lower 4. Then canine, next to the incisors on both sides 2 canine, and down also 2 canine. So this is canine and this is canine. Similarly down also this is canine and this is canine. Then premolars. There are 4 premolars. So front incisors, both the sides of incisors you have 2 canines, and then 4 premolars. Next to the canine you have 4 premolars, that is 2 one side and 2 one side in the upper jaw, again 2 and 2 in the lower jaw. See, premolars. So this is I'll show here. This is incisor, this is canine, and 2 premolars. Next to the canine you have 2 premolars, and the last 2 plus 2, that is 3 plus 3, 6 molar teeth. You have big teeth at the last, no? That is called molars. So the front 4 teeth are called as incisors. Next to the incisors on both sides you have 2 canines, and next to the canines you have 4 premolars, that is 2 on one side and 2 on the other side, and at the back you have 3 plus 3, that is 6 molars. See, 1, 2, 3 and 1, 2, 3. This is molars. Okay, so the same pattern you will have in the lower jaw also. 4 incisors, next to the incisors 2 canines, and next to the canines 4 premolars, and next to the premolars 6 molars. Clear? So this is about the types of teeth. So what do they do, these teeth? They have specific function. Incisors are chisel shaped. Chisel is something used for cutting, right? So when you have a chisel and hit with the hammer, the substance will break. So that is chisel. So this appears like a chisel, and this teeth, incisors, is used for biting. How will you bite? If you want to bite an apple, you will not bite like this, right? You will bite in the front. It is used for biting. The next 2 teeth, okay, next to the incisors you have canine, right? So these canine will help in tearing. Say for example you are eating chicken, so you will not put chicken inside your mouth, or you will not put chicken in the incisors, right? You will eat chicken. For tearing something you use the canine. Then premolars are used for, premolars as well as molars are used for chewing and grinding. You chew the food and you grind the food, right, in your mouth. So for that you use premolars and molars. The difference between, and for tearing the food it should be pointed, right? So these 2 teeth are most pointed among all the teeth. So that's why you eat the chicken with these canine teeth. And then for chewing you need a flat surface. See, these are all pointed, but the teeth which are at the back region, it will be flattened surface, right? They are flat. That's why it is helped in chewing and grinding. So this is all about the teeth. So how many teeth you have? Totally 32. How 32? See, I told you this is all in the upper jaw. The same pattern, one more set you will have in the lower jaw. Okay. So here how much you have? 4 plus 2, 6, 6 plus 4, 10, 10 plus 6, 16. Okay, so 16 teeth in the upper jaw. Similarly, in the lower jaw you will have again 16. So 16 plus 16 will give you 32 teeth. Okay, so this is all about the teeth. So now we learn about each part. So first we learn about pharynx. So mouth we have finished. Now pharynx. So pharynx is actually a tube. Okay, it is a tube. You can see here now I have labeled with red color arrow mark. It is a tube, and this tube, it is in the junction between the mouth and the nasal cavity. What is nasal cavity? The tube through which you breathe is called nasal cavity. You can see in the junction between the mouth and the nasal cavity, which means both food will go into the tube as well as the air you breathe, no, that will also go into that way. That is why pharynx is called as the common pathway for air and food. This part of the tube can take in food also and can take in air also. So that is about pharynx. What we have studied about pharynx? Pharynx is a tube just below the back of the mouth, and it is a junction. It is a common pathway for both the food, because it is present near the mouth and also next to the nasal cavity. It can take in food as well as it can allow the air to pass through it. So this is about pharynx. So next we learn about esophagus. What do you know about esophagus? You can understand that like the pharynx, esophagus is also a long tube. Then from where to where the tube extends? From the mouth region till the stomach, this esophagus extends. So you have to describe esophagus as it is a long tube which extends from the mouth till the stomach. Here is the stomach, right? Till the stomach. What it does? It helps in pushing the food down. You eat here, no? This will push the food down. Where? Into the stomach. So esophagus will help to push the food down. How it will push? Does it have hands to push? No, right? So what helps in pushing? There are two muscles for pushing. The first muscle is called longitudinal muscle and the second muscle is called circular muscle. The name of the muscle itself is termed as longitudinal and circular. Okay, so these two muscles are the ones which help in pushing the food down. Clear? So this is all about esophagus. In our next class, we'll learn the other parts of the digestive system we have not covered in this class. So for today's homework, what you're going to do is take page number 53 and then you will answer the questions 1 to 3. If you're going to write in your book, just write with a pencil lightly because it may be a wrong answer, right? So just write with a pencil, or better you write in your rough notebook with a pen and take a picture and send your answer to this number. This is my number. So for the correct answer, I will announce the name. The person who sends me the first correct answer, your name will be announced in the next zoology class, not in the next botany class. Okay, so in the next zoology class I will announce the name. So that's all for the class today, and until I meet you in the next class, you all take care and bye bye.